Been a bit of a broken week this week. Broken because of a sad funeral, and then an unexpected visit to the accountants because the taxman cometh and is after the pound of flesh. Well, we're starting on a Saturday today. Is it the 1st today, isn't it? 1st of November. And we're again at the secret HQ of Freddie Fletcher Limited, and we've loaded gear already. You can see we're strapping it down. James gave me a lift loading, managed to trap me inside the van. Had to get me fat ass over that box at the far end. So we're all loaded, and I'm going to go home now, and we are going to Dumfries and then on to Glasgow on Monday, and then we shall see where we're ending up. James, what are you doing on Monday?
I'll be here.
Doing?
Nothing. Well, yeah, working. Got some bits to sort out in here, move some stuff around.
Have you got many vans out this week?
You and Stephen is loaded as well.
Is that it so far?
For Monday, yeah.
But more planned for the week?
No.
No?
Quiet.
It's quiet. Looks like I'm on the CX then.
We've got stuff for the 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
We've got a high ab lift overnight between the 10th and 11th in London.
My van doesn't come with that particular accessory, so I can't help you there.
And the 10th and 11th we need Lutons as well, so.
I haven't got a Luton. Oh!
I'll find you something to do.
It's unemployed, Dave! But anyway,
he's
started me off in the week nicely, hasn't he? So I will sign off and I'll speak to you on Monday, by which time I'll have found loads of work in Scotland. Well, it's Monday now. It's Dave here, Amble Logistics. As you saw, I loaded up Saturday, bit of Saturday working. It's only an hour or so. Big shout out to Kale Logistics, who I met there Saturday morning. Remember, you owe me a show as your van. So this morning, as you saw, loaded for Scotland. I did a drop in Dumfries and Galloway to a comms site, and then carried on up to Glasgow, dropped off some freight for James's customer up in Glasgow. And I did put some bids in for some ADR hazardous work that was going out the next day from Scotland, and figured that if they went for it, I'd stay over, but I didn't hear anything. And I managed to get myself a backload, which was quite rare for me, trying to get something out of Scotland. So I got myself a long wheelbase van job out of Glasgow, and it's going to Trafford Park, and I'm on my way with it now. It's absolutely tipping it down on the M74, but I should be in Trafford Park about 4 o'clock and home in good time. So obviously we'll be keeping an eye out for anything that's popping up, or anyone who might ring me with loads of work, and I'll let you know how the rest of the week goes as we go along. It's Tuesday today. It is I think it's the 4th of November, and a bit of a hit and miss day today. It's going to be a hit and miss week actually, but I'll explain in a minute. But I couldn't work first thing because we had to get a plumber in. The cooker tap, you know those taps that give you boiling water, it decided to have a hissy fit, and so I had to wait for a plumber guy to arrive to then condemn it. But it's less than a year old, so it is going back. Anyway, that aside, it meant I couldn't look for any work, couldn't book anything in, so I was forced to look on the courier exchange after he'd gone, so it was kind of mid to late morning. I did manage to get myself a long wheelbase job to Newcastle, just north of the Tyne Tunnel, and it was a reasonable price because I don't bid cheap for what would be a primary job. So because of that, it was about bid number 644 that I got. But I got it off a big shipper, and it was basically take 3 pallets to like a retail mill up in Newcastle. Pretty straightforward job, no hazardous load or anything, but a reasonable amount of money. And because yesterday I had such a good day, balanced with that, it meant that I was still kind of ahead of the game, if you want to break it down into weeks or weekly targets or daily targets or whatever. However, this is where it all ends now, because tomorrow is a funeral. Sadly, a young mother who lives on our cul-de-sac, she passed away with cancer about a week and a half ago, and tomorrow is her funeral. It's really sad. She's such a lovely, pretty girl, and she's passed away. She's left 2 kids behind, husband, and it's the service tomorrow, so I'm going to take the day off to pay our respects, myself and wife and other neighbours. So that's out the window, can't work tomorrow. And then Thursday, I could only work Thursday morning. And the reason for that is I've got to go and see the accountant. I put me, the accountants put all the year-end figures in, and then he gives them to me to read and check, and I pretend I understand them. And then I'll say, yeah, that's fine. And then obviously I'll pay my relevant taxes, so it's income tax and corporation tax. However, the corporation tax is a bit higher than I thought it would be. There are reasons for it apparently, and I'm going to go and see him to talk about it. I've got a few reservations myself. I think I should have been told something slightly different, and I would have done something slightly different. But to get a corporation tax billing of over £6,000, for a one-man band, when you consider that Starbucks do billions of pounds a year and pay about 2 pence, it goes. I don't like it, but if it's correct, I'll have to pay it, and there is money in the business for it. But I didn't expect to have it that much, and I wanted to use some of that money for something else. But I've got a meeting with the accountants on Thursday, and we're gonna go through everything just to double check. But the upshot is that had I have known I'd be paying all this in tax, I would have bought something. I would have done something with that money. I would have paid more off of, the van or something like that. But after the event now, it's a bit late, because I think the figures go up to June 2025, and you can't retrospectively pay it, can you? So it looks like I'll be parting with more money than I'd hoped to, and then I'm going to have a meeting with them about moving forward to avoid this particular thing happening again. Yeah, you could argue, oh, well, you must have done all right because you're paying this tax and all that, and profits, etc. But I pay income tax anyway, not on what I earn. I've still got an income tax bill to pay based on, the dividends I've taken out of the company. But I'm aware that dividends are not taken off your profit, so it's a vicious circle. So I'm going to have a meeting with the accountant to go over all of this. So moving forward, to make sure I am doing the best tax efficient way of doing it. Because at the moment, I feel as though I work for nothing, because I'm paying more money out than I wanted to. And it's probably just sour grapes on my part, but we're going to run through everything. So that's Thursday accounted for. I could possibly try and squeeze a job in the morning. So that'll just leave Friday then. So in terms of money in this week, it'll be not to account, but you can't help it. You've got to have time off for some things, haven't you? So we'll see how that goes. I'll do a quick shout out while it's in my mind. I was filling up at Hartshead Moor this morning on the heading up to Newcastle, and somebody come and said hello to me. His name was Ivor. So hello, Ivor. I did say I'd give you a shout out, and there's your shout out. Thanks for watching the channel, buddy, and maybe we'll cross paths again. Right, I'll let you know how the rest of the week finishes off later on. With a bit of luck, I'll be in a better mood then. I've still not got used to paying this money. Right, we're trying this without a microphone, so I hope you hear me okay. It's Thursday, 6th of November, and for the past couple of days I've not worked. So I didn't work yesterday, Wednesday. Went to a funeral, very sad affair. Such a lovely lady, only young, mid-30s, left children behind. Pretty much the whole street went to the funeral, the cul-de-sac where we live. And to be honest, although it did finish in the afternoon, I wasn't in the mood after that. And today I had the accountants. I had to go to the accountants because of obviously the tax bill. I needed to speak to the accountants just to get a grip of what's going on with the tax situation for me, so that I know moving forward. I did have a look this morning to maybe get a job for the morning, but nothing jumped out. And I'll be honest with you, my head wasn't in it. I was in such a bad mood that I really, quite frankly, could not be bothered. So I did elect it. I'm not going to work. I just took the van for a wash, and then I've been in the accountants for 2.5 hours going through everything with them. And the upshot is we've managed to decrease the bill by about £1,500, and moving on, taking on some new advice. It's a different accountant now than was dealing with me last year, so we're changing some things. I'm taking out a pension anyway, because I can get some relief on that anyway, so I should have done that in the first place. So we're going to set up a pension plan for the company, for its employee, as in me, because obviously your company can claim some tax relief on that anyway, so I might as well. So we're going to set up a company pension scheme for me, and then we're also going to watch what we're leaving the company. I changed the way I'm paying myself, because it changed mid-year, because one of the young ladies who's not there anymore was suggesting I should be paying myself £4 a year and taking dividends and stuff. So we're going back to pay myself the £12 a year, and then watching carefully how much dividends I pay myself. Listen, at the end of the day, you've got to pay tax. There's no getting over it. You know, the money I save on income tax by paying myself dividends, you know, if it's in the company, they're gonna get your tax away. There's nothing more certain than taxes, and I can't get away with paying tax. I just obviously want to make myself tax efficient, so they reckon this way will be the best way. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty thick when it comes to things like this. Neil from Neptune Curries has sent me a couple of videos to watch, but he's quite brainy, so and I watched them, and I did take in some of the information. But listen, I pay an accountant to do all this. They've gone through everything and decided that this way is going to be the best way forward. They don't seem to think that next year I'm going to have the same kind of tax liabilities. But I suppose it all depends on what you earn. The more you earn, the more open to obviously taxation you are. They did say though, because they do a lot of people in the transport industry, little companies, one-man bands, taxi drivers as well, and the general upshot is that everybody's struggling a little bit at the moment, and with the government doing their best to punish the small business, it's very difficult. Anyway, that aside, we are going to pay this tax, but it's not due yet anyway. It's not actually been officially submitted yet. They're going to send me through the new figures. I'm going to okay them, and then we're going to pay it. It doesn't actually have to be paid till the end of February apparently. And the income tax, personal income tax bill, which I didn't have an issue with anyway, has got to be paid by the end of January. Well, all the money's in place for both of them, so we'll see. Normally I just pay things early straight away, but because I've got a bit of a hard on against the government, I might make them wait until the last minute. So the upshot is now, this week, obviously, is a bit of a write-off. We've had too much time off. You're not going to make all your money. I have got work for tomorrow, so at the moment, I've left the accountants and I'm heading down to the secret headquarters for Freddie Fletcher Limited. I'm going to do a little, it's not a big job for James, it's just a run up to Huddersfield tomorrow. So I'm picking up the gear from his place and then Huddersfield, which is, and it's no big deal. I'm not losing out picking up from James. It's because I've got to pass where I live to get to Huddersfield anyway, so it's not a loss. So I'll load it on tonight and then be in Huddersfield for about 8 o'clock, 8 to 9. I'm going to get there early because I do have a hazardous load to pick up, but that is about an hour away in Alderley Edge area, which is for another shipper, and it's a good shipper, and I like the gentleman who owns the company, but I never get much chance to work for you, Clive, do I? Because obviously I don't live in the area, but I have got an opportunity to come to do some work for him, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. So it's a couple of pickups in the Cheshire area and then a drop off in Nottingham. So that will probably occupy most of the day, those two jobs. I can't do any work Saturday anyway because I'm having the van windscreen replaced Saturday morning, because Betty, she does look like she's driven through Basra. There's a few bullet holes in the windscreen, so I'm going to get it replaced. And having shopped about, Volkswagen wanted of 600 quid. I've managed to get someone who'll fit it at the house for about 280 quid with the VAT and everything. So I'm doing that. I could actually send it through the insurance, but to be frank, I think there's £100 excess, and I'm loath to use the insurance, to be honest with you. I know it's a bit cheaper, I suppose, and it's not supposed to affect your no claims bonus, but I get a bit paranoid that they're trying to sneak it on a premium somehow next year. So I'm not going to go through the insurance. I'm just going to pay for it myself and have the windscreen done on Saturday. So I'll let you know how tomorrow goes, and then we'll be signing off the week. Well, it's Friday now. I've done James's job, and now we're going to cut over the tops over the stunning Peak District to head to Clive's job, which is in Macclesfield area, and then a couple of pickups around there, and then we'll be heading off to Nottingham. But I thought I'd just pause to show you that sometimes with this job you can drive through some lovely places. There's the beautiful Betty there behind me, and we're on the road over the tops. The sun's in my eyes now, but you just get stunning views all around here. Absolutely lovely. So in terms of the week this week, because we're going to finish off the video here, might as well finish it off somewhere nice. I'll cross the road before I get knocked down. We have not made the target, but that's not surprising because of course we've had 2 full days off. But you know, for the 3 days work that I've done, I'm actually done okay. So we're satisfied with that. We'll take the win out of that, because of course it's been a sad week with losing the neighbour like we did. So money doesn't really come into it, does it? We'll start next week. Got a day off next week anyway, because we're away for the weekend next week, my wife and I, and we're going to one of those murder mystery things. Now, I never used to like these, but since the last one we did and I won, I've now decided I like them. But it's a break. It is a break. So I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Any questions that you have, please put them in the comments. Any subject you'd like me to cover, put that in the comments as well. Give us a thumbs up if you like the videos. It helps the videos get out there. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Thank you.